Hey everybody, Caleb Bats here. Hope you're doing well. Got a quick video on the top 5 things that I think every turkey hunter should do before the season comes in. So stick around, hit subscribe, hit the bell notification, give us a thumbs up, drop a comment below. I hope this helps. All right, so turkey season is quickly approaching in the state that I live in. I know in some states it's already have come in, and got some buddies already out in Texas hunting right now. So super jacked for them that they get to go hunt, and I'm making a video, but that's okay. So there are a few things that I think every turkey hunter needs to do before the season comes in. The first thing is continue practicing your calling. There's so many times that I see turkey hunters and other friends go out, they haven't touched a call the entire off season, and they think that, you know what, we're just going to go out, we're going to sound like a turkey. Unfortunately, they sound like a dying pig. There was a guy that I knew a few years ago. He was a friend of my dad's. He barely ever touched a turkey call. It took him forever to kill his first turkey. Everybody else is killing turkeys, and he's not. And he put a diaphragm call in his mouth, never practiced it. And literally the night before the season, we were hunting in Missouri, and the night before we were to go out and hunt, he puts the diaphragm call in his mouth, and he's upstairs in this cabin lodge that we're staying in, and we're like, what is that sound? It sounds like there's a dying rat, pig, something in the lodge. What's going on? And what we do is we go up and we see this guy practicing his diaphragm. He goes, I haven't practiced all season. Needless to say, he didn't kill a turkey, and everybody else did. So make sure you are practicing your turkey calls in the off season. The second thing, you got to scout. You got to scout. You got to spend time in the woods. You got to spend time in the fields. You got to know what the turkey patterns are. You got to know where they're roosting, their tendencies. You know, if there's scratching in the woods, are there dust bowls on the edge of a field? And knowing where to set up is highly important. You know, there's a minimum I think that you need to stay out and scout. For us, we scout while we're deer hunting. We scout multiple months before the season comes in to know the turkey patterns, to know where they're coming, are they coming out of the woods at a certain time of the day. So we are putting some time into our scouting. So for us, a minimum, we definitely want to spend at least 15 hours just watching the birds and seeing what they're doing, just to kind of see what the patterns are, because I want to maximize the time while we're out there hunting. I usually take a lot of kids hunting, and let's be honest, the patience level with kids sometimes it's not there. So if we have an idea of what these turkeys are doing, we can be like, hey, they're coming out at 8 o'clock here on this edge of this field. We just got to be patient until around 8 o'clock in the morning. So, you know, putting in the time before the season, highly important. I would highly encourage you to spend as much time out in the field as you can. Number 3, I think this goes back to the number 1 with the calls, is calling too much. Sometimes we see these shows on TV, and all we hear is call, 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 and we overcall. And, you know, if you haven't practiced your call and you don't sound like a turkey, you know, those turkeys, even though they got the brain the size of a pea, like, they're smart birds, and they're going to pick up that you do not sound like a turkey. If you are trying to do a kiki run and you haven't practiced that, and it just sounds awful, like, yeah, that's not going to happen. Or you're trying to cackle and it sounds like the garbage truck. Like, let's get real. Like, practice your calls. Don't call too much. The fourth thing, be patient. Patience. You know, I've done a lot of Bible theological things here on this channel. Patience is a virtue. Like, we see that in the Bible. Like, you got to be patient. Sometimes I see hunters, you know, if they hadn't killed a bird by 6:30 in the morning, bird literally flew down at 6:29. If they ain't killed one at 6:30, they're getting up from their spot and they're moving. And what happens is you're going to push that bird. You're going to bump that bird because you can't be patient. They're waiting, seeing the sunrise comes up. You know, enjoy that aspect of it. I remember I took my daughter hunting a few years ago. She was a little girl. She wanted to go and see what the turkey hunt was all about. And we're sitting there, and birds are gobbling. Like, I'm getting excited. And she just taps me on the shoulder, "Dad, see that sunrise?" And like, beautiful moment I had with my daughter. You know, sometimes it's more than just killing a turkey. It's the experience, the camaraderie in a blind or on sitting on a tree. And in that moment, I was like, you know what? That's more important than killing a turkey. But you know, just being patient. You know, not getting up and moving and bumping birds. And I think the fifth thing is, you know, unfortunately, we spend a lot of time on our phone and we miss things that are happening out in the field or in the turkey woods. Like maybe put the phone down for the moment that you are in the zone and you are, you know, it's go time with those birds, especially early in the morning. You know, there's light that reflects up onto your face. You know, I know there's dimmers on phones and all that. That's great. But if we're more worried about playing Candy Crush or some blast on our phone, the chances of killing a turkey are going to go down. So these are just a few things that I think that, you know, we need to kind of zero in on this turkey season. You know, one, practice your calls, being patient, you know, staying put. Not overcalling, being still, and putting the phone down. You know, if there's an honorable mention, you know, maybe, you know, the type of camo that you're wearing, you know, if you're in a blind and there's black silhouette in there, you know, wearing a black jacket, black hoodie would be fine. If you're sitting on a tree, some type of cover camo, dark bark pattern, you know, an opti-fade timber, you know, something that's going to help conceal your movement and just being patient. Decoys are something that, you know, some people are like, no, we're not using decoys. I personally like using decoys. I like to give a little extra. I run a upright hen and a Jake decoy from DSD, Dave Smith Decoys. I think he has a great decoy when it comes to turkeys. Just the attention to detail. I mean, just watching turkeys come and flog that Jake decoy. I mean, sometimes you can't even tell the difference. Especially if another Jake comes out and tries to fight that Jake decoy in like. If you just take a picture and put it in the video, like some people can't even tell the difference in the decoy and the real turkey. But I think decoy placement and decoys are a vital when it comes to, especially if you're hunting in an ag field or in a pasture, just to give a visual representation of a turkey. If you're calling a turkey from, you know, 200-300 yards and they can see a bird, they're going to come in, especially if they see a hen and a jake. I think that's a great combination, because if that gobbler sees that jake, he's not going to want that jake to take that hen from him. So it's usually a pretty entertaining show just to see them fight and bow up. I love seeing that, and just had a lot of fun watching them come to the decoys. That's just another thing that needs to be in your arsenal when you go out to go turkey hunt. I hope this has helped as you enter in this turkey season. Put in that time out in the field. Scouting is so important. Like knowing the patterns of the birds. Like, so again, I hope this helps. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Got some more things coming up. So give us a like, give us a thumbs up. You know, in the comments, drop us a comment below. Like, what are your routines and rhythms when you get ready to go turkey hunt? Like, are you practicing your calls? How much time are you spending in the field? I'd love to hear that. Always learning. So if you have some trick up your sleeve that I don't know about, would love to hear about it. So I hope you have a good day, and I hope you have a wonderful turkey season.